You got to be dumber than a snow shovel in South Texas to think that money you're getting from being an influencer just ain't gonna dry up. I remember back in my day, boy, when you could just go out, you didn't have to influence nothing. All you did was get on your bicycle, ride out, and you came home when the street lights came on. Boy, hallelujah, amen. Let's get off into this. It seems like influencers are going broke, and I, for one, I could care less. I'm going to get into my finances at the end of this, and just stick around to that very end, and then we'll go over some comments from a previous video.
Yeah, they think every influencer is a billionaire. These influencers are all broke. That's what let's be real. Like, can I speak really candidly with you guys? Please. Most of these people are broker than if they were working a regular job. Yeah. Like, it's not, nobody teaches you how to do this shit, bro. Like, there's no handbook. There's no school for this. How do I monetize a personal brand? How do I handle a brand deal? How much should I charge, right? Like, what if they don't pay me? I can't afford you know what I mean?
Right,
like, that's really how it is, bro. People don't know.
I tell people all the time, I'm like, yo, it's not everything you see. There's the big dogs, right? Nelk and them. But like, you also have to think, they've never even made money from YouTube. They don't even have AdSense. Like, their money comes from Happy Dad. And
that's what people should understand. You can't just create content and make a bunch of money off of things like AdSense unless you're really big. I know people that are doing $1 million plus a month with just brand deals, but they are literally...
That's insane. Brand deals, dude? Oh my God. Dude, that's an insane amount. I'll go over how much I've made at the very end in just brand deals alone. That's an insane amount. In AdSense, you can make a lot of coin. You really can, but you got to do long form. You can't do short form videos, dude.
I think all these influencers are lying about being rich. I'm almost at 1 million followers.
Golly, so much plastic in her lips. I thought she was going to float away in the ocean. There is some turtle in the Atlantic that is terrified of this woman's mouth.
Broke as fuck. Well, not broke, but like I go to my regular minimum wage job every single day, 5 days a week, clock in. That's how I pay all of my bills. Is that my thing? I did my taxes and I only got 3 brand deals this year, each for $2,000, which works out to like $500 extra a month. Amazing, gorgeous. I can never be happier. But I'm just saying $500 a month is not livable. You know, like, but I am super grateful for it.
Yeah, not when you have veneers, fake eyelashes, fake nails, lip filler. Yeah, it usually does add up. It looks like you got an eyebrow lady. Live below your means.
I'm saying that's all that I got. Like, if you could see, you know? And I think just these influencers are lying to you. I think because they're either trying to sell you a course or tell you how great their life is after, you know, you've insulted them. But there's nothing up here. I'm up here now with everybody else, and I'm telling you
Wait a minute, you're broke. How are you up there if you're broke? That doesn't make any sense.
There's nothing up here. And the fuck is this?
There's actually a lot up there, but you got to learn how to manage your money, brother. That's what you got to do. You got to learn how to manage your money. And here's an easy way. You can go download Free Cash. It's super simple. Scan the QR code, click the link in the description. You can get $10 on me. The average withdrawal yesterday, let's just check it because Free Cash updates their website almost every freaking day. 17 minutes average time to earn your first cash, $22 average withdrawal sent yesterday. You can play a slew of different games. It's super simple. So if you're sitting on your butt, you need something where you can make a little bit of money, you can do this. I got a guy in the Discord named he's my boy Eric. Shout out to my boy Eric here. Let's see if I can't pull this guy up. Eric made over $2,000. Made over $2,000 on Free Cash. So some of you guys are like, oh, I don't want to try Free Cash, bro. You should at least try it. You could at least cash out on $20 and then you can go have a beer on me. Don't ever say I've never done anything for you guys. Please don't. Like some of you guys like to get in here and say, Levi, you've never done anything for me. I'm right here. I got your back like a chiropractor. Let's get off into these broke people.
So a lot of these influencers and people nowadays, they take their quick little money, they spend it all, they're not investing correctly, they don't have the right team, and they have a Lambo and then they're broke in 6 months. And you're like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, and from what I know about Jeffree Star, he rich. He rich.
The reality of being a content creator with over 200,000 followers is I'm broke.
Wait, did she just say over 200,000? Baby girl, who are you influencing?
The reality of being a content creator with over 200,000 followers is I'm broke. I go viral literally every single week. Every week. I got like over 8 million views this past month. I have like loyal fans, you know? But I'm just like, yo, I had $101 in my bank account yesterday. Last month, the Creator Fund paid me like $70 because I make a lot of short form videos that aren't over 1 minute long. And I'm going to keep saying this, like, people are not paying black creators. I have
Okay. Nah, let's not bring race into it, dude. Stupid. Ain't got nothing to do with that. It's the fact that you're a short form creator. I went to VidCon. Some of you guys have called me and asked me, like, Levi, what's some advice you got for me? I want to be a content creator. Here's what I got to tell you. If you chase the money, it runs, brother.
She's a runner. She's a track star.
If you chase that money, it runs, brother. So here's what I say. Chase a purpose, right? If there's something you want to change in society, something you're really knowledgeable about, something that you really like to do it, because you're going to need to do it every freaking day. I posted every day for like 9 to 10 months before I made any type of coin. Any type of coin. It took me a long time. But then when I started making coin, guess what I did, chat? Guess what I did? I didn't inflate my lifestyle. Sure didn't. Live in the same house. $1,800 a month. 3-2. Big boy. Drive a regular car. Nothing crazy. I don't drive a Lambo. I don't drive a super elite sports car. None of that. Same stuff. Different day. This shirt I've been wearing, got it on Shein. I got the same suit in the closet. The turtleneck. You guys are you guys turtley enough for the turtle club? You've been there, the turtleneck and the blazer up in there. I use Aussie Instant Freeze hairspray. And this ring right here, Shein, $3. I don't play. I spend more on coffee every month than I do clothing. Every month. God, and I love coffee. All right, let's get back off into it. This chick's going broke. What's going on?
I get on here complaining that how y'all have to go back working at 9 to...
Excuse me. You're driving without your hands. You're recording a video in your car, looking at the camera, wearing your PJs. IQ has not been detected in this video. Let's run this back. You have to be dumber than a raccoon trying to rob a bank with a spoon to think this is a good idea.
I get on here complaining that how y'all have to go back working at 9 to 5 because you started balling and spending money like your ass is Dwayne Wade or some shit. Y'all start getting paid from these social medias, and then it's like...
Just the way she speaks. She sounds like she's dumber than a paddle with 2 holes in it.
Everything just goes out the window, and you just start feeling like you above everything as far as finances. Why, if you starting to get a $4,000 check, you think, oh, let me go get me a high rise in an expensive ass city that you probably paying close to that $4,000 check that you're getting or more, trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Dumber than trying to start a campfire in a rainstorm. You got to be dumb to do that. That's not smart.
I really don't understand.
Also,
that.
Dumber than driving without your hands and recording a video, looking at the camera. That's pretty stupid as well.
Help me understand that. This girl just got on here talking about how she was making $60,000 from TikTok. I think that's a lot of damn money for each month. How do you blow that much money? And now you're talking about now you got to go back working a 9 to 5. Are y'all just dumb? Are y'all dumb? How hard is it to stay down until you can stack up some extra money? Like,
yep.
And nobody's saying not to go, get you a new car, say if you don't got no car. Or go get you a used car because your car that you got is not properly working. Nobody's saying not to do those things or to go and put yourself in a better living situation. It's extra little bit of money and y'all think y'all just overly rich now. Like,
yeah, this is the problem. People think the money's always going to be the same. And let me tell you, on YouTube, it ain't. AdSense changes. Your community changes. People change. I have a maybe not a philosophy, maybe a hypothesis here that I think like every month there's like maybe 500 to 1,000 people that are like, all right, I'm not watching Levi anymore. And they go watch other people. And I think that's cool. You want to know why? If they didn't do that, then they would have never found me. And there's some of you guys that have been watching for years. I had a guy call me yesterday on Connect With Me. Shout out to my boy. Shout out to my boy Aiden. I don't know if you're going to watch this one. I remember your name, brother. And I'm calling you out because he was a good dude and he said he didn't care. Been watching since I started, bro. He's like, bro, I've been watching you for 2+ years. I was like, man, you a real one, brother. I appreciate that. And he had some basic questions and stuff like that. But if you guys want to talk to me, you can call me on Connect With Me. Where was I going with that? I don't know. Let's get back into it.
We basically found out that a lot of creators and influencers are broke. So there's people with 30 million followers who can't even pay their $2,000 a month rent. Here's the thing though, is like these creators, these influencers, they're good at creating content for the most part, with the exception of guys like Logan, Jake Paul, who they're business savvy as well. Extremely. These other guys, they're just creators. They don't know how to monetize it. So we were helping them do that. But through that, we found this subset of other people who have money and want to become influencers. So we started kind of doing both, where we help influencers monetize. At the same time, we help people who have money.
Yeah, so you have to treat it like a business. And I'll get off into this. I'll show you guys exactly how it breaks down. You have to run a P&L, which is a profit and loss sheet. And so you have to know how much money's coming in, how much money you're netting, and how much you owe for taxes. Taxes, boy, Uncle Sam be getting me every quarter. He just be just one long, hard back shot. Just, I pay my taxes, though. I don't avoid it.
It feels like we're heading towards like an explosion of sorts. It's almost like there's a train going towards a brick wall. I have this like feeling in my gut that I could be wrong about. So we shall see. But it does feel like we're heading like in this industry. It feels like we're heading towards like an explosion of sorts. It's almost like there's a train going towards a brick wall. Sorry, really dark. Kind of a dark metaphor. Whoopsie. But it's kind of how it feels. And I've been feeling that way for a few years now, where I'm like, this can't continue the way it is because it's not working anymore in the same way it used to. There was sort of this golden age of like influencer marketing. There was this golden age of influencer-led businesses. I've been very fortunate that I've been able to be involved in those things. And I've received criticism, I think, in the past when I've sort of expressed my concerns about, not my concerns.
I heard her favorite book was Much Ado About Saying Nothing. All right, honey, thank you. Train into a brick wall. I'll never get that time back, and neither will you. We both had to suffer through that.
When you have 1 million followers, but your videos are only getting 30,000 views, this is just not the way it used to be. I feel like I am trying to run through mud to connect with my followers.
Hi, Jacqueline. Well,
you have 8 million followers. I almost biggity bet you this woman right here is posting some of the most out-of-touch things possible. Like, got a new Louis, got a new Chanel. It's like people are freaking trying to buy a can of beans, and you're talking about luxury handbags.
Why don't we take a look at your videos to see why people might not be connecting with your content? To kick things off, why don't we see what you posted around Thanksgiving?
Coming out as our Thanksgiving.
Oh my God, this house already is insane.
So bad. Bitch, did you get a bartender? Okay, so a ton.
Oh my God. She's got a wine rack and a big back. Big back. Got a wine rack and a big back.
One of my guests love Santa Margarita Pinot Grigio, so I stocked the cellar.
I mean, who among us doesn't have a personalized wine collection to serve at their 20-person dinner table?
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, Jacqueline does engage with her audience when she needs life advice.
Hi, okay, I need your help. I did some online shopping and I bought 2 designer bags. They are both leopard print and I could not decide by looking at them on the internet which one I wanted, so I bought both.
Oh my God, you guys, I couldn't decide which $2,000 bag to buy, so I got both. The icing on the cake is that she recorded her video while wearing a $135 sweatshirt from a brand that is owned by another rich influencer. Jacqueline, you're rich and you won, but I'm sorry if people don't want to be drowned in overconsumption.
And so, I think this is the thing. You got your come up from being relatable, and then now you're not relatable, so people don't want to buck with you no more. It's as simple as that. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. You're not relatable no more, so people don't want to buck with you.
Absolutely zero hate to Tara's world, but girl, what the hell do you want us to do about the fact that you're going broke?
Wait. 350K a month? And now you're going broke? Oh my God. Bro, I'm going to show you guys how much I make. You're going to be surprised. I ain't making nowhere near 350K a month.
Because you couldn't budget your $10 million a year that you made, and you spent it all on a mansion and did an extra $1 million in renovations that you didn't need. And last time I checked, you also had bought a house in New York. It was an apartment, but like most people can't even afford one home. You've had 2. You've also had 4 DUIs.
Dang.
You have...
How you even got a license? You got a breathalyzer in your car at that point. You got to be dumber than a duck with rain boots to get 4 DUIs. Come on now. I only got 1. Stupid. I learned my lesson, bro.
I mean, you live a life of privilege. You even claimed one time that you rented an entire jet and took all your friends on vacation and pretended a brand paid for it. Like, hello. And
This dude raking in the cash. He's like, baby girl, I love you. You know you my girl, baby.
you went viral for crying about the $15,000 Harry Styles tickets and then being like, no, I'm finna be in the pit. Like, I'm finna be in the pit. I get that we all spend money on stupid stuff, but you spent so erratically to the fact that you're not going to be able to keep up with this lifestyle for much longer. And I just don't even know if I truly believe that she's broke. Honestly, maybe she just wants to get out of the OF game. I don't know.
Oh, she's selling her balloon knot. Shocker, shocker.
So I am an influencer who 3 months ago decided to get a full-time job because I'm just not a fan of doing influencing full-time. It did not fill my...
AKA, the money ain't coming in, so I gotta go get a job to pay my bills. That's what that means. The lip filler ain't gonna pay for itself.
My cup up. That being said, I've seen so many things online recently of influencers being so goddamn out of touch, and from one influencer to another who is probably...
I don't know about you guys, chat. I don't like being called an influencer. What am I influencing? That's my whole thing. What are you influencing? You're just a content creator. You just create content. That's all it is. An influencer is somebody like, you know, a political leader. Like Charlie Kirk would be an influencer. He influenced people to think differently. You showing your Sheen haul and Target haul and showing what Starbucks drinks you drink, that's not influencing. You're just a content creator.
Even maybe said some of these things, like I'm not totally innocent, but now I just vow to never do it because I try to be self-aware. But this is just a message to my fellow influencers of things you just like shouldn't say online because like you're really not sounding good. And I've seen a lot of it in the last couple weeks. Number one, the to-do list where you say you're so busy and it's just appointments. Just keep it to yourself. Just keep it to yourself, okay? You're really pissing people off. Don't do it. Like people don't, like that's someone's relaxing Sunday. Just keep it to yourself. You can feel how you want to feel. Your followers don't want to hear about it. I promise you, like, it's pissing them off. Number two, I saw this video of someone, like, being really upset because it's, like, they're not being paid enough as an influencer, which is crazy because as an influencer, most of my money comes from what I do online, which I'm so thankful for, but, like, to say that you're not being paid enough as an influencer is crazy. Do brands come at you with crazy requests for, like, not enough money? 100%. But to post online that you should get 10 grand a video.
I mean, 10 grand a video is a lot. That's a lot of coinage. There's no way I could, no. No. I can't get anywhere close to that.
So how much are you railing in on OnlyFans?
Drop it.
Drop
Come
it.
on
Come on,
now.
drop it.
I mean, like the first, so I started in May 2021.
Did you do like a hard launch?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep. Until like October, this past October, I would make like 100 to 150K a month. And then I made it a TikTok. So, you know, guys know Anna Paul, obviously.
Yes.
So she made this TikTok of her like filming a day in her life as an OnlyFans creator. And she started it off with like, so I'm a sex worker. And I was like, oh, that's like great. And, like probably like, it had so many views. I was like, oh my God, I want to do that. So I made like a vlog.
She's a runner, she's a track star.
Like, and I started it off with that. And I vlogged like me getting ready for my OnlyFans shoot. And it did so fucking well. Like,
oh my God. You know, I'm just vlogging this stuff because it's really important. This is documentary level stuff here, guys. You got to really get with this or get gone. Like, oh my God. So stupid, bro. All right. In an effort of complete transparency with you guys, I'm going to break down how this works, okay? How this works. So let's see here if I can show you guys. I'll zoom out just a little bit. Trying to just show you the numbers that are pertinent. Okay, here we go. So this is basically my P&L for the year. This is my P&L. So the net profit every month you can see here, right? Net cash retained and my profit margins. You're seeing these, okay? And these are... Okay, yeah, so it goes up a little bit more. This is not the reason I keep up with this stuff, dude, is because the net cash retained, that's not the gross profit. The gross profit is something different. And then I have to worry about, okay, I got to pay probably at least 15 to 20% of what I make in taxes. So I set that aside and put that in an account. And then I keep up with all my expenses from all the clippers that I have, the brand deal manager that I have, the services I pay for, and everything like that. So I know exactly how much I'm paying and then what my exact profit margin is. I know that exactly. And I run in a very lean profit margin. I don't have a lot of employees. I've got like a couple. 3, maybe. Yeah, I have 3. And then I have a CPA and an accountant and things like that. But over the year, I've netted like $350,000, which is pretty solid. But after taxes, it's only like $215,000. And so it's not, people think like, oh my God, you can make so much money on YouTube. Yeah, you can make a lot of money on YouTube, dude. You really can. You can make a ton of coin. That is a lot. That is a lot of money. Compared to when I was working and doing corporate sales, this is a lot of money. And I'll show you guys what I've done this year as well. Just because without showing you guys, what's the point? Like, I wouldn't have it unless you guys were here watching. You know what I mean? So 250K over this year so far. This is up to August 3rd. We've done pretty well, but as you can see, all those arrows are down. We're down. Now we're up from last year, but we're down. Last year, I got so many subscribers last year. This year, it's kind of a little bit stagnant. I probably won't even hit an extra 100,000 subscribers this year. But you know what I do? I save it. I save all of it. I don't spend a ton of it. I invest most of it. And I live below my means. Like I said, I spend more on coffee than I do. Dude, I could be wearing a new Louis Vuitton shirt every day. I could go to the mall and spend $2,000 a day and be fine for a while. But then I'd be broke after 6 months. I've got over 6 figures in savings. Over $250,000 in savings, around $350,000 in savings. So of the full time I've been on YouTube, I've made around $900,000, but I've saved $350,000 of it. Which on the surface, you're like, that's not very good. Like, what are you spending all your money on? But now that I make more, I just get taxed more. So I'm paying, anywhere to 60 to 80K a year in taxes, which is like, God, it hurts, but that's the game. And I ain't gonna have the IRS garnish my wages. And then the problem is a lot of these influencers, they don't treat it like a business, and you got to treat it like a business, bro. Like, I turned my LLC into an S corp, and now I have employees. Now I get tax advantages. I hired an accountant. I hired a financial planner. So. And I didn't think I'd ever be there. I did this as a hobby, and it just turned into this. But the one thing I could tell you, bro, is if you ever start making more money, don't inflate your lifestyle, bro. Just stay where you're at. And I learned that from guys like Osmond Gold. Osmond Gold lives in the same house, eats the same stuff, doesn't update his setup, doesn't really do anything. I've at least updated my setup. I've at least done some things. But I'm not going out there and buying I'm not going to go buy a $20,000 Sony A7 Mark III Canon camera. I'm not doing that. I've got a regular pre-built PC from Best Buy. This is the nicest PC I've ever bought, and I think it was like $3,000. I think the camera in total is like $1,500. I had my vertical screen with my OBS I've had since I started to build my setup. This is a $120 screen that I've had for like 5 or 6 years. Like, it takes me a very long time. I've got the same interface that I've used. I've updated the Stream Deck. I've got a new TV in the back. And I've spent money on Loki's bed. But for the most part, I just try to stay really lean, dude. And that's the thing I can tell you. It's like, try to save more than you spend. If you can save 40% of your income every month, I know it's hard for a lot of people, you'll be able to get to a point. Because I realize, dude, there's got to be an end game to this. I ain't going to be popping forever, bro. I'm eventually going to be gray, got a saggy neck, saggy sack. I'm going to be old. And people ain't gonna be bucking with me unless you guys are bucking with me, which is cool. But the new cats are gonna be coming in. I'm gonna have to retire eventually, so I had to be thinking about that stuff.
What a good boy.
Wait, free, sit, free, go to your place. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's always good to have you guys out, man. Until next time, peace.